And hello, Mr. Allen.
Hello, I love your background thing. You know, if you turned your chair around, it would look like you're just sitting at the table with the family. You just like right
I
in.
am. I'm eating with them, with the multisantis. A big congrats on the Many Saints of Newark. It's shocking. I was like this sometimes. Funny, heartfelt, and pays homage to the series that we all love.
Thank you, thank you. That was the challenge was, and that's what was scary about it too. Was the show is respected, the show is loved, and can we carry what is most important about that show, across this border into the big screen and into the past, and still try and speak the same language and create the same experience. So it's a standalone movie because we have a character who's only exists in this movie, Dickie Moltisanti, but it's very much the Sopranos world, and that's the challenge.
Right. So, what was the main edict, though? When you guys are planning the prequel, what were some of the do's and don'ts in creating a prequel for the beloved show?
For me, I mean, some of the self-imposed do's were, let's try and look at the way the show was rendered and sort of be continuous with that in terms of lens choice and how the camera moves and things like that. Let's, the way the humor is played, the way the violence is staged, try and be continuous with the show on all those things. And some of the don'ts were things that also applied to the show. Don't get too fancy. It's a very straight ahead storytelling style, kind of forceful, with the kind of oomph behind it, but nothing to show offy. So just being true to the spirit of the show was provided the do's and the don'ts, I think.
So Michael Gandolfini is fantastic here in his dad's character. What led to his participation in the film?
I think we all came to it sort of separately. I think David Chase had the idea early on, but didn't talk about it very much. Michael had heard about it, but I heard since that his first reaction was, hell no, I'm not going to do that. And by the time I was sort of involved in the conversation, he'd made the decision that he wanted to do it, I guess. And he came in and auditioned like anybody else and did a good job with the audition. But then I was still wary because I think we all knew this was a lot to ask of him. He'd lost his father, and to immerse himself in there is something that most of us, I'm not sure we could handle, but he made it clear that he wanted to, and that sort of made it seem right. And when we made the film, it just seemed to feel righter and righter as time went on.
He's like the Harry Potter of the mobster world, right?
He's the rise of the hero, although it's not clear that it's a rise, not clear he's a hero, but yeah.
And what I love about the film is it juxtaposes the 1967 Newark riots to the narrative of the story. That became the impetus for change, not just in America, but to the narrative, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the movie is really about one thing, which is kind of an American question: is are we locked into a destiny, or can we change who we are? Can we rewrite who we are? Can we tell our own story? And that's sort of the classic American idea that you can be anything you want. And every character is wrestling with that. The riots were a convulsion of people saying, enough, we're not going to live like this, we're not going to accept this anymore. Our character Harold, played by the brilliant Leslie Odom Jr., is radicalized by that, and he is the one character in the movie who actually changes his story, who actually by the end you sense, okay, this guy's going to rise. Everybody else is kind of locked into a story, but he's the one character that seems to be able to break free, I think.
Oh, a big congrats on the Many Saints of Newark again. Love, love, love it. If I have one minor complaint, I want more.
Okay, talk to David Chase. He may be able to hook you up.
All right. Thank you so much. Good luck on everything.
Thank you. Bye-bye.